Okay, well, the main issue, I believe, was the library. And I got paperwork today at the county meeting. The Historical Association in Delhi, we have in the past, wrote them a check for $1,200, is that right, Paul? $1,200. And the letter says they would like anything over $500. So, and I guess hook to this, my thinking on this is I would like to have better communication between the town board and the library. You know, on, like, you know, without it being on the school budget or school, you know, vote, you know, I felt it was terrible that you're getting taxpayers' money without being voted on. But it's allowed, you know, that's the rules or whatever, that's fine. But I think there should be, I guess, a little more communication, and I guess maybe it's a two-way street, you know, we're not communicating either. It's not all one way, but I know we've had it in the past, 10 years ago, we had a little bit of issue with the fire department, you know, not, you know, with the fire commissioners talking and, you know, having better communication, and that's where it's gotta start, you gotta talk. But I would be in favor of taking $500 away from the Delaware County Historical Association, dropping them to $700, I believe, and adding it back to the free library. I don't know what we have to do that, Paul, we gotta.
Just change some numbers, but the board has to agree.
No, that's what I'm thinking, and this is, I mean, this is a letter, I don't know, did I pass it? I probably didn't. The letter, and I've talked to other town supervisors in Delhi today, and most of them pay the $500 fee. This has been something that has been part of the Franklin town budget for as long as I've been involved with it. And the county, I looked that up in the county budget too, the county pays the Delaware County Historical Association $9,000 total. So we were paying more than our share as a town. And this would benefit the town more and not cost the taxpayers anymore. And, you know, I do have a feeling that, you know, the library is a good thing, but all the, you know, the computers and Wi-Fi and all that, that's add-ons, and I have a problem with that. But people are using it, you know, you're getting the numbers up, you know, let's, you know, well, we're gonna rob from Paul and pay Peter, how's that? That's what my thought is, and that's up to the town board, how you feel about that.
So sounds like a win-win situation, really.
Well, you know, we've been, I know, the previous supervisor, Don, he was concerned, you know, how, you know, all that money going to the county, but, you know, it had been, and no reason not to, but when I do some more, you know, $9,000, all the county pays for of their share, and they cover 19 towns, so that's less than $500 a town they're paying. So, and the letter says $500 or more is what they'd like. So I guess kind of bland letter, they don't know that we normally give them $1,200. This will wake them up too, how's that? But that's my thought on it, and that seems to be the one, the major interest in the budget. And I was hoping it would get interest, that's one of the reasons I did it, or Paul and I did it, was to get, you know, more information. I mean, we like that. And, so it's whatever the town board feels. Come on, guys, talk.
Still reading that.
Oh, you read the letter? No. We just got this today, that's town board meeting.
How much do you get from the village?
I'm on the finance committee for the library, that's why I know where we get get most of our money. I think it's either 500 or 1,000, I don't know off the top of my head.
Well, that's where the communication, you know, we'd like to
Right,
know where the
I see.
funding is,
Right,
you know,
yeah.
and that's
But
a
I'm
good
saying-
question, John.
Yeah, but I'm
And,
saying we
you know,
do get
well,
from the, you know,
right.
something.
Usually, if we give the rec committee 14,000, and the village, I think, a couple thousand or whatever, so, you know, that is community service too. But whatever the board feels at ease with, leave it as is.
So roughly what your budget is around 39,000 to 39,500 for the year, correct?
Yeah. And we're just like anybody else with the budget, the year that was so cold, I mean, we prepay our oil bill and it ran out before the winter ran out, you know,
Oh,
and so we had
okay.
to find money, you know, again, you know, and
Right.
we're at every, you know, mercy of the weather situation too.
Mhm.
Cause that's one of our big line items, is just, you know, heating the place, and
Right.
if winter runs too long, it hurts us.
First winter's hard on everybody. Yep.
It's fine with me if we wanna take it out of the,
Well, that's up to you, you know, it's the board decision, you know. It's something to talk, we can still think about it, or something to do, or however you wanna handle it. I guess we don't have to adopt the budget tonight, right, Paul? It's, it'd be nice, but, you know, but that's,
Well, we can give it a whirl for this year, and that'll make the library happy, and I'd like to see more facts maybe in the future as to
That's
far
where the
where
communication-
exactly your budget is, you know,
Oh,
where
yeah,
your
no
expenditures
problem, no
are,
problem,
so on and
no
so forth, and that way we have a
Right.
pretty good idea of what's going on.
Yeah.
And,
that'd work out all right?
I'd make a motion that we take 500 or whatever away from the Historical Society and add it back to the library.
Okay, have we got a second?
I'll second it.
Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Carried.
And that's the item in the budget that says museum.
That's
Is that what you
correct.
call it?
Does anybody else wanna see the letter that's? Don's got it. I was surprised when it said $500 more, and I said, I know we pay more than that, I don't know why, I'm not sure. Okay, so, that seems to be that. We have a water bill we've gotta discuss for the village. We have a large water bill from last winter, we had a broken water line. And the village has been kind enough not to push us too much, but there is a note here saying, asking what the town board decided. What is a water bill, or Paul, is that around 1,100 or something?
Yeah. Ordinarily, it's $40.
Right, ordinarily 40, but, the gallons was, the water line froze underneath, and I'm not sure who should be responsible, the town should be totally responsible, or the museum, which we have the use of the town hall. But I think the village, Tom Briggs was talking, I think in the $700 range. I'm thinking more of, we go 600, offer the $600 to get it behind us. And I'm not sure how we can make sure it doesn't happen again.
Well, that's my question, is why did it happen? So they're saying it's something that we had we're partially culpable.
Well,
Did
Paul
something,
says the lease is two-sided, or something, what'd you call it, Paul? No, that's
There's
not
a lot of
the
double
wording that-
talk in the lease. One place in the lease it says that the museum is supposed to take care of the availability, and then one place it says that we're supposed to take care of the availability.
What's availability mean?
Well, availability just means that it's hooked up to the village water, which there's an availability charge, and then there's a usage charge based on your gallonage. I think it's basically, you have like 1,000 gallon minimum, and then anything over 1,000 you get charged so much. So we've been paying the availability and the usage, but that's kind of neither here nor there. It's their building, their pipe broke.
Well, that, I guess that's
It's
what I'm
not,
wondering.
some say it froze, some say it didn't. To me, I don't know that it really matters if it froze or not. It's really, we're the tenant. I don't think we're responsible, but
Yeah, if the side of the house
the
collapses.
other parties feel opposite.
You've always
So,
paid the availability though, right?
actually, when Walter Rich was alive, we didn't pay for water at all.
Right.
That was
And we didn't pay for electricity at all. We didn't pay anything when Walter Rich was
Walter's
alive.
$1.
$1 for the
year,
whole,
yeah.
So I guess I would question again, I guess kinda like we're both saying, and we're leasing the building, and, you know, if they have a specific, if there's something they're finding out specifically we're negligent, and that's why the pipe broke, well, that's one thing. You know, if somebody left a faucet running or.
no, it broke in
water
the
running,
basement,
So it broke in the cellar,
yeah.
and so, I mean, that's, it could be wear and tear on the foundation, who knows? I guess I'd be hard pressed if I was renting or leasing a building and a pipe broke somewhere, through no fault of my own, that I would be responsible to pay for the damage or the water that was running out wherever. Just doesn't, trying to put that together, I don't really understand.
Is our rent
that
still
reason.
$1?
As far as I know, I don't know if we pay anything.
We don't pay, they didn't want the $1.
They didn't want the $1.
No, but we did put the parking lot in,
Right, we
that
did,
was
yeah.
$30,000 parking lot that we put in there.
Right.
Okay.
So that was, but that was all part of the original agreement. But one place in the lease it says that the sidewalks are their responsibility, and one place in the lease it says they're our responsibility.
One should be their responsibility, but it's ours.
So you can look at it as a rent.
Right, when Walter was alive, he paid a landscaper to mow the lawn, and now, all of a sudden, now we have to hire a lawnmower.
And the walk shoveling and everything.
So who is the landlord in this building? Who owns it?
It is the Walter Rich Foundation, I do believe.
So,
Which those that sit on the board is a couple lawyers, and I do believe there's someone tied in with the Clark Foundation that's on that board as well.
It's normally the landlord's responsibility to do repairs.
My only
Well,
thought.
we didn't do
is-
we didn't pay for the repairs,
No, they covered.
they fixed it.
Right.
yeah.
This is a bill from the water.
This is a water.
This is just water usage.
It's nothing to do.
Associated with that breakage,
Yes.
so they're saying if we didn't break it, they paid,
They're saying we've used the water.
no.
You did wash the basement.
We kept the dust down. But I think it's unfortunately,
Yeah.
it's that old slime.
I would tend to agree with Jeff if we can, even though it eats at my craw.
Because you're kind of walking that line that if you run a too hard line and they start charging you rent, you can pay more in the long run.
Right.
Keeping
Which
it
in the
amicable.
lease, I do believe the most they can charge us is $1, but I think it's a yearly renewal lease.
I think it's
No.
a 50-year lease.
50 or
Was it
100.
50 years?
It's either 50 or 100.
But I know, like, well, a couple of years ago, we had the issue with snow plowing. Before the museum was actually being opened once a month anyway, and off, Mondays for bingo or something they're doing now. There was not any usage. And I was told by John Campbell that we have to plow it at any snow. Gotta plow the whole parking lot. John, let us know, we'll plow it. When you need it plowed, we'll plow it. And he said, no, I'll get a hold of the lawyer and have eviction notice given to you. I said, what? And, so, I that was stupid. But and that's also when we think we should eventually look to build another building, town clerk, judge, and, code enforcement officer of some sort here. That's why we're starting the building fund. You know, and back when, well, Paul and I met with Wayne Bank, and they wanted to meet, basically Paul mainly, I believe, because he's a, you know, bookkeeper. And they said, you know, that anytime that we're thinking about putting a building up, they'd be more than willing to look at it and work with us, which is a good thing. But,
And if that building had a larger public space, I like for elections,
right,
it was crowded in here, you know, at 5 o'clock
right,
yesterday when everybody was trying to vote after work.
yeah. I mean,
Just a thought.
you know, the great part, we've got the area here, the only problem is,
I saw
you know,
that.
Pat's Pond, you know, it's a landmark, there is, but it also limits your usable land, you know, for a possible office building of some sort, town office. But, you know, cause we are limited, I don't know how far back on the hill we go, we don't go very far.
We don't get to the hill.
No, you know, but, you know, it's something that's in the thinking stage, that's why in the last 2 years we've started the building fund, you know, we got some money in it. At least it's a start, and even John Campbell said he helped write grants to get money to do it, I said, cause he wants us out of that. They wanna tear down that building, they don't wanna maintain it, they don't wanna put any more money into it, they wanna see it parking lot or something. You know, which is very unfortunate. Dawn's breaking up, Paul. But, no, I mean, it is, I mean, it has been neglected, there's no doubt, they haven't, you know, we're using one side, the other side, I'm not sure what's in there. And I don't wanna know, I guess, either. You know, so, I mean, you know, it's something that's gotta be looked at, and I guess to keep things flowing as it is, and I appreciate Donnie, you know, supporting it. You know, we'll pay, I would think $600, and if that.
It is going back to the village too, I mean, it's not
Yeah,
like
it's
we're
not,
going out
right,
of,
it's not going to the foundation, it's
right.
going to municipality, which, you know, they're holding on to money right now anyway. You know,
I
give
think
them
they have
something.
been for a spell, right?
Yeah, been since last spring, I think. So it is time to get it straightened out one way or the other.
So we had a motion.
I move that we give them $600,
I'll
split
second
the
that.
difference with them basically.
Is there any other discussion?
I think it's good that, I mean, it sounds like a hot potato, I mean, I agree with, you know, we don't have much
I
option.
don't know if we got,
But what else are you gonna, you know, what else are they gonna hit us? It sounds like they could do anything they darn well please. I'm not saying they would,
Right,
but,
right.
you know, it's like, it
Well,
sounds
we-
like it's quite a
you know, we could
liability.
probably talk to our lawyer and pay her $600. So we might better just, you know,
No, I'm not arguing that, Joe. What
No.
I'm saying is what's next. you
right,
know?
what is next? No, I agree.
I mean, the
But-
one
but
thing though
that's-
is when there has been, granted, it wouldn't be quite the way it probably should be fixed, but for the most part, when there has been something, they've addressed it when we've gotten a hold of them
Yeah,
We fixed it.
and basically fixed it, maybe not exactly correct, but it's put the Band-Aid on it, you know?
It just sounds like there's, you know,
we're closing out.
a lot of energy to maybe have us leave there, and then this comes up, and, you know, you
This
gotta do
is
this.
their
Yeah, it's
focus
like,
on
what
a
if,
different building.
yeah, well, what
Yeah.
else would,
Yeah,
I don't think it's a good idea to have it here though, right next to that.
yeah,
A lot of sheds burn up,
well,
town sheds with new trucks and.
the other thing is like if we have something here and the guys are working, that's another issue. to
Yeah.
contend with. I mean, if we could get it that way somewhere, you know?
Okay, there's been a motion made and seconded.
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor? I think
Aye.
they're carried. Okay.
Question. So that means you're gonna offer the village 600 and see what they say? Or I'm just supposed to cut a check for 600 and say, there you go, that's all you're getting? How's that gonna work?
Well, let me talk to Tom. Let me talk to Tom. I'd like to say yes, yes, and yes, but, he just, the note he put in here, nice envelope from Tom anyway. Just a note to see if your town board has decided how they would like, how would they deal with the village water bill. So, I guess that's what I can call them, tell them, that's how we
That's
dealt
our-
with it.
That's how we wanna
That's
deal
how
with
we
it.
wanna deal with it, and if that's all right, fine, if not, you know, we'll do more discussion. So we'll wait on the cutting the check, how's that? Okay. I guess the next thing is, do we wanna adopt the budget as amended? Is that what we call it, Paul, or just as presented?
As amended.
As amended.
So,
Is there a second?
I second it.
Any discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Carried. Okay, and now we'll open it up to open meeting, I guess, if there's any discussion, any questions on anything else? Or did I miss something too? God,
I make a motion to adjourn.
no,
No?
no. We have to go into executive session to discuss union negotiations. So, and then we have a motion to that effect, please.
So moved.
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.